and welcome back to part 7 of Shantae Half Genie Hero, where today we're doing pretty much everything except the final level. We're getting every collectible that we have yet to get in the game, we are advancing the plot as far as unlocking the final level, and we're doing the final 4 side quests to get the true ending later on that I have referred to several times. But the Vorpal Blade we got forever ago, the Azure Knight that you can give that to is now over here, and in return you'll get a Foxy Grandma hat, which is tied to a... I'm trying to think, this is a phony accent! Which is tied to a different side quest. It's just more fetch quests. We are still missing 1 scrap iron. We're missing the 3rd and 4th like fight endgame side quest piece, but we're going to get them both later anyway. One of them you physically can't start until we get there, so it's not the end of the world. I just decided to save them for cleanup later on. Elsewhere in the town you can find the Blob Grandma, and you can give her a new hat, and you can give her the Foxy Grandma hat, because yeah, that's exactly where that hat goes. Here you go, Granny. That's what the folks are wearing these days. Words to live by, Foxy Grandma. Fun romantic song coming on. Here goes. And instead we get Mermaid Bubble. So the mermaid now has a form of attacking, and not only is it a form of an attack for the mermaid form, but it will also destroy blocks like the elephant power-up does on the surface. So now the entirety of any water environment is completely explorable to you. If you can't get something, it's because you're in the wrong order, but you do have everything at your disposal. Now, despite the fact there's 2 things missing in the first level, I only remembered one off the top of my head. The scrap metal that's here, I come back to a little later on, because I just forgot about it. But from up here you can get the waterfall relic, which will allow the mermaid transformation to travel up and down waterfalls. You just tap up when you're next to a waterfall. Even to travel down, you just tap up. It's just a passageway, essentially. It's a glorified passageway. Off in the second level, there's a few more sunken souls that we need to be picking up. But we don't need to right this second, but, you know, we're right here, so what's the point? What's the harm in not? And there's also this piece down here that now we have the mermaid bubble we can break into to get up and around. Leading us to a waterfall, so I hope you went and got the power up first. Because tucked away in here is our 3rd from last heart holder. Making our heart count pretty damn high now, as we're now sitting on what, 15? You know, more than you'd ever need. To be honest, you don't really need the 7 to make the first row. This game's not difficult. Like, outside of my first run troubles I had every now and then in the haunted level, you really aren't going to need the trouble anywhere else. You don't need the hearts. Maybe in hardcore mode, but I've yet to actually try hardcore mode to vouch for that. That's just another thing where it's like, I might do it at some point, I've just no real interest. After SpongeBob's come out and I've done it, I'll probably come back to this and do some of the DLC and such. I just wanted to, like I said, I just wanted something to fill in the blank in the middle. Because it was quite a big gap otherwise. Even counting the Data live streams I did the other week, well, a little while ago now, still doesn't change the fact it's been a while since any kind of project at all. And the Data Live stuff was entirely coincidental. I just happened to end up doing it. Like, it wasn't on the plan. I was just going to do 1 or 2 fun streams and see where we end up. Right at the very top of the actual Mermaid Falls, there is a little platform that you can use the bat transformation to squeeze through this tiny gap over here. It's a little obscure, so you might miss it on your first time, but it is there. But you need the mouse transformation to get any further anyway. You know, everyone's favourite, most gimmicky transformation that's really worthless. Don't worry about accidentally falling out the gap. The mouse form will automatically stop if you hit an edge. It's only if you tap the button again, they will then fall out. So, like, although you might be tempted to just sit like this, if you're speedrunning, there's really nothing stopping you from just sitting at the edge. Just saying, you can just move that a little bit faster. But I say that, if you're trying to go for 100% speedrun in this game, that sort of stuff I can imagine you already know. I don't know, maybe at some point I'll try and go for a speedrun on one of them. But if it was going to be any game I was going to commit to doing a speedrun to, it would probably be SpongeBob. Just because, especially the PS2, Xbox and GameCube, like the original versions, GameCube for the Xbox for the better load time, sorry. But I play them anyway because some of the techniques and fun things you can do in that game, like cruise boosting or getting out of bounds or deactivating the out of bounds hand so you can travel more easily out of bounds. You can pretty much do the game in any order you want. You're not limited to the first hub area, the first, second hub, and so on, sort of thing, as you might think when you first start it. You can pretty much just go wherever you want and do whatever you want very early on, if you know the right tricks, and it's what made the game so amazing for speedrunners in the first place. It's a documentary, I've mentioned it before, done on Shift's channel. Shift is a very prolific and well-known speedrunner in the community for SpongeBob. He's working on a 4-part documentary. Part 1's already up, and Part 2 comes out next Saturday. And it's fascinating, and it explains exactly what I've been a part of for years, and how the speedrunning community revived the game. So much so that the developers themselves are considering putting some of those speedrunning techniques into the remake. I'll be curious to see what makes it, because to be honest, we won't actually know till it's out. They're being kind of quiet now. Which, although is fair enough, is a little bit like, come on, tell us. Like, they're being very constant with trailers, which is amazing and appreciated. But at the same time, I'm just like, yeah, but I want details. The trailers show us, but I need to be told things. Because they're not going to have cruise boosting in the trailer, because that's a technique that casual players won't have access to. But it'd be nice to just have like a little blog post or something, just mention it. In the actual factory, there's a few odd little bits to pick up, as you just saw there. You see me do an extra check just to be safe, but no, there's nothing else here. Now I finally remembered to come back and get the last piece of scrap metal. Literally right near the end of the level, it's just here. As I accidentally spent too much time and ended up going to the spider form instead of the elephant. There we go. Scrap metal 5 of 5. So we have all the scrap metals. We're missing 2 sunken souls, but they're easy enough to find. In the 3rd level, in the first section of Tassel Town, there's a lot of groundworks that you might have noticed seems a bit odd. But now we can do something about it. Firstly, grab this soul. So now we're only 1 missing, which is also in this area. And going right to the end here, I think this is a gallery key. No, it's neither. It's the iron slab, which we need for plot. Because Uncle Mimic wants an iron slab and a zombie hamster, and that's where the iron slab is. So you do actually have to come back to this part of the level. This bit isn't optional. You have to get to advance the plot. But this bit is. You destroyed this block with the elephant, then hop back out. You can only get through it with the crab transformation because that ledge is solely there to stop the mermaid getting down here. Not that it means anything. Well, there's a puzzle coming up, but it really doesn't mean that much. Like this here. Well, I say it's a puzzle. It's just a little patience game, and then you just squeeze on through. Like, they could have widened it and make it that you could make the mistake of going on the harpy by yourself, just because the harpy wouldn't have been quick enough to escape compared to the crab running across the ground. So you'd get hit more, so it would be a nice, like, logic test. But reaching the other end of it gets your last heart holder, maxing out your hearts at 14. Did I say 15 earlier? I just realised. No, I was at 13 earlier. It's just because I'm used to, I've been playing a lot of Zelda again recently, and I just got my 15th heart container on Wind Waker. So it's been throwing me off. I've been losing count on myself as I go. Oh well. And I showed to get out there as well, because it can be a little annoying, but there you go. The only thing we're missing now is 2 little pieces you can find over in the haunted castle. Both of them kind of need the harpy form, because you need to get access to this rooftop anyway. The first one is just over here. You get through it, open the chest, and it's like, congratulations, you have spider venom now. I think that's what this one is. No, it's not. This one you need is this one you might need is bat sonar. What the bat sonar is used for is what gets you the spider venom. Do you remember the pitch black room in the airship? Yeah, that's what it's for. But as I've said before, you can absolutely just feel your way out through that section to find it early. It just takes a little while. And if I ever was to speedrunning, I probably would just feel through and get it to save time. Because the more revisits you can cut away, the better. Although I was pretty certain there's nothing over here, I'd fly over to double check anyway. But no, that is the end. So if you when you're ready, drop on down. Po! Long time no see! Hello, milady. I just can't get enough of this castle. Incredible, right? Well, it's a little on the scary side for me. Nah, I can see myself settling down in a place like this. You sound troubled, Po. He's just my pet. He doesn't get along this place at all. He likes to run and run, but around here, I don't know. He could wander off and get hurt, you know. We don't have a good home where he can be happy and get his wriggle on. I know just the place. You do? Really? In that case, here. You got the zombie hamster. So now we have the iron and we have the zombie, so it's... We can advance the plots. We are good. Let's get out of here. But before then, this is the bat sonar. Yeah, it's about as useful as Flash in like the 3rd gen of Pokemon. You're using it to find another platform for the bat transformation around, and then move to it. So you see there, I can see there's a ledge there. Transform back, head left. You can see this one here. You can jump up to this one now. Beyond this point, you're using the pots as navigation, so you really don't need the sonar anymore. That's what I mean by feel it out. If you get to this point, you've won, because you can just follow the pots. And that one, you would still see the shadow even without it, because you're literally touching it, so you would be able to... You can absolutely feel your way through it, and the exit's literally to your right once you get here. And if you're struggling to find a way back out, you have the whistle, so you can just leave immediately. So there's still, my point stands, there's still no excuse, but you've got the spider venom, like probably the most useless technique in the game next to the mouse bite. Well, I say, no, the mouse bite is more useless. The only reason I value it higher is because it's tied to a trophy. There's a trophy / achievement in the original release of the game, but not in the Ultimate Edition, where if you can kill the first phase of the final boss with the mouse's biting, it will award you for it. You'll get a trophy for doing it. But if you're playing the Ultimate Edition, which is just a game boxed up with all its DLC, they changed the trophy list to include all the DLC, so got rid of most of the main game ones, only really keeping 100% and speedrunners. Oh, and your first defeat of each boss. But they got rid of a lot of the obscure ones or more fun ones. Lastly, right down here, I've mentioned before that there was a waterfall room, and I even showed it off that we couldn't do anything with. But now we can, because we got the waterfall transformation. I decided to stay in the mermaid form for the whole thing, but I probably shouldn't have. It probably would have been quicker to hop out. But you'll see that the waterfall is a fixed path where you go, regardless of where you press. So like this one, we outright cannot interact with it because its fixed path isn't there. It's here. Which makes it a little bit, like, finicky. Like, it makes it feel finicky, but it's more that it's just a series of tunnels, but the aesthetic makes it look bigger than it is. But once you've got that, that should be your last gallery key. So you can now actually buy out and, well, unlock every single door in the gallery and get your ultimate reward for your trouble. There is still one secret at the top of the factory that they're mentioning there that you're going to need for one of the 4 final side quests later on. But coming back over here, if you open all the doors, which doesn't take 2 seconds, let's be honest, you're just running across, pressing up, and then okay. The actual gallery I'll be checking out and showing off in the bonus video, because otherwise the bonus video would literally be a minute long. So I did record a bonus video to just show off the buyable dances, and then that was going to be it, and I was like, no, I'll squeeze in the gallery mode, why not? Sort of like what I did with the 2013 Tomb Raider reboot, where at the end I just squeezed in the gallery just to beef out the final video a bit more. But by getting them all and talking to the mayor, you get the magical tiara. It gives you unlimited magic. I'm not kidding. Something that you'd think would be unlocked for, like, doing the 100% speedrun in New Game Plus, like, when it absolutely doesn't matter anymore. No, they give it to you quite happily here. And so you can enter the final level of the game with unlimited magic. So you can have unlimited scimitar, you can have a flamethrower going forever. There's a power-up that makes you invincible. It puts an invincibility bubble around you, and you can now have it on forever. Maybe you're starting to get an idea of how much it breaks this game in two, that you can actually get that by just doing a bit of basic exploring. But it's time to give in that slab and hamster so we can set up the Dynamo properly, because it was the final pieces. Attach the wheel in place. Like that, and voila, the Dynamo is complete. Did I miss anything? Nope, you're just in time. Gather round, everyone. Let's fire it up and see what happens. Finally. We're ready, Uncle. I hope it explodes. Here we go. So far, so good. Huh? Oh, I don't like the looks of that. Maybe you better shut it down, Uncle. Too dangerous. Look out. Ah! She's trapped. What do we do? I can't switch it off. Hey, Risky. Just look at you poor, confused simpletons. This is your doing, isn't it? If you've harmed my little girl, I'll... You'll what? Build another machine to stop me? You really are an old fool. You think I'd return the blueprints willingly? You swapped blueprints? That's right. You've been building the machine to my specifications. The design was flawed from the start. It's true that your dynamo is capable of generating great quantities of electricity, but as a byproduct, it also produces a significant counterflow of negative energy with each rotation. So I simply altered the plans to turn it into dark magic. Why? An experiment, of course. As you can see, I've successfully inverted the runt's magic. I've changed her from good to evil. You monster! Let her go! I've no intention of keeping her. The runt has served their purpose. Next, I'm going to modify the dynamo to generate dark magic on a major scale. You see, the power to corrupt a single half genie is fine, I suppose, but why stop there? Oh, that bit conveniently attached. When I can use this machine to reverse the magic polarity of the entire genie realm! Impossible. Not anymore, thanks to all of you. I'd say goodbye to the half genie runt, but with all the evil magic, well, I have to say she's your problem now. Ta-ta. That inhuman fiend. Forget her. What about Shantae? Is she really evil now? Shantae, can you hear my voice? Such incredible power. What are we going to do? What can we do? I know what you can do. You can suffer. You can squirm like the pathetic maggots you are. Wallow in torment and pain forever in oblivion. Now beg. Beg for your very lives. Look out. I can feel it, the darkness spreading, my strength increasing, and you. Don't do this!
You're much too weak.
You're much too weak. How does it feel to lose? You have failed your friends and family so miserably. Please, everyone's still counting on you. No, this is how it ends here in the darkness, where no one can save you. No!
You
Never stood a chance. Goodbye. Stop. Oh, that was Sky. That was the wrong voice. How did you get here? How pathetic. Shantae, listen. It's me, Sky. We've been best friends for as long as I can remember. I know you're confused right now, but the dark magic is surrounded. But you got to fight it. Remember who you really are. Find your loyalty and honesty. Break free of the darkness from your heart. Shantae, I know I can be a rotten friend and I mess up a lot, but I want you to know that I've always believed in you. You're a friend to everyone, even to someone like me, who everyone else is afraid of. Remember who you really are. Find your kindness and compassion. Break free of the darkness and follow your heart. Shantae, there you are. Look, I know you're just acting weird because of the dark magic inside you, but your uncle is really worried. We're all worried. I know you'd never give on us, so we won't give up on you. Remember who you really are. Find your strength and courage. Now wake up and fight. Just like that, that entire subplot is done away in like 2 minutes. That entire detour in the plot was done just like that. What happened? Where am I? We were trying to reach you for hours. Are you okay? I was afraid that you'd... Shh, give it a moment. How do you feel? I'm fine, I think. You were overcome by dark magic. It was my fault, I'm afraid. No, Uncle, it was mine. I knew the Genie realm was in danger. I wanted to be a hero and save the day, but I wanted to do it on my own. I guess deep down I still felt like I had to make up for my human half. But without the strength of my human friends, I'd be lost right now. I put you all in so much danger, I'm sorry. We're just glad you're back, and it may be so bold and beginning to think your human half is the stronger part of you. Thanks, Uncle. Say, what's this on the floor? You got Risky's hideout map. Risky must have dropped it when she stole the Dynamo. This is what she plans to attack the Genie realm? There's no time to waste. We got a pirate queen to catch. Whoa, slow down. Yeah, we don't know anything about her plan. You'll be walking right into another trap. They're right, the situation calls for patience. She said she was going to improve the machine. If you knew there's only 4 components, with clues, you can make a device to counter the plan. But Uncle, every second we delay, Risky is getting closer to corrupting the Genie realm. If Mother is really inside that place, it could be the last chance to save her. You're right, of course. You can confront Risky Boots now or look for the clues. If any of you find a clue, bring it to my workshop immediately, understand? Roger that. You bet. I'll give Wrench ready to fly. Risky might have the upper hand, but we're not finished yet. And this is where those 4 final side quests I was talking about come in. You need the 10 souls, 5 scrap metal, a data card, and a portrait. But one of them you can't start. The portrait one you can't start until you talk to Squid Baron, and the other one I just hadn't bothered to get because I knew I'd be going back anyway. But yes, the Techno Baron over here is looking for his data chip, so you can find it in his level. One of them's looking for sunken souls, the other's looking for scrap metal. Yes, all the Barons here. Ammo Baron? What are you doing here? What's it look like? Shopping for spare parts. Because he's trying to repair his fleet, so he needs some scrap metal. We have 5 scrap metal, so here you go. If you're playing the original version of the game, there's a trophy for getting all 4 parts of the clues. Like, at first sort of thing, like getting all parts of the clues to get the true ending. You will kind of deactivate the achievement / trophy if you turn in any of the 4 clues to Uncle before you've got them all. You need to get all 4 of them first. Oh, if you're looking for Hypno Baron, he is in the bathhouse, and if you're looking for Squid Baron, he's in the art gallery. I end up not talking to Squid Baron because I was like, oh, I'll come back anyway. That was kind of like the notion I had when I was recording pretty much all of this part. Just, I'll come back later anyway. It's possible to work with the Squid Baron, so I'm starting over fresh. I reduced the comical barrier. I will be an empire of fear by making souls. Yada 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 souls. Give me 10 sunken souls. Sunken souls, lay them at my feet. Here you go. And they quiver and wriggle in fear. I'll give you a gift. Risky's ribbon. So now we got 2 of the 4. Thanks, Hypno Baron. Good luck building the rest of your fleet. Your army. The army of darkness. And what I end up doing is going and turning in the first 2 clues I've got. But like I said before, if you're playing the original version, don't, because you'll just be screwing yourself out of an achievement. It's a bit finicky like that, but you just got to turn them in. That's Risky's pendant. And you'll kind of say the same thing each time. Where you'll say, oh, you found something. Oh, okay, this could be interesting. I'll look into it more. Find more clues. See, I'll keep studying it. Good work. And then that's it for now. Isn't quite enough information, but we need 4 clues in all. You know, it's a good thing Uncle knows specifically that it'd be 4 clues to work it out. But, as the game suggested, there's also nothing stopping you from going and fighting Risky right now. But you won't be getting the good ending for doing it. But then this little extra bit to get the true ending doesn't take any time at all, so there really isn't much of a point. Like, you can go to Risky's hideout right now, but it's so easy to get the pieces that it just feels kind of pointless to not do it. Like, it's like more laziness. Well, should I say that? Would you still get the trophy for any % speedrun? Or does it require that you get the good ending for it to count? That might be something, because if it doesn't, then that would be the only reason I could justify skipping it.
But in the actual workhouse, you're flying right up to the very, very top, and then moving to the left, and there's this little cave entrance. This is where the data chip is being held. And you might notice there's spikes literally everywhere. Your spider form is going to be helping you out. Using the spider form, you can get here, then using the bat form to cross along just safely. I used the monkey form to drop down here because I wasn't sure what was beneath me, but you don't need to, you can just drop. But then as you can see, we're not flying through that, so you need to use the spider form because you're low enough that you can get through it just safely. And then with the bat form, you can squeeze through under here. One more, longer use of the spider form, you've got to climb up here and then get ready to press jump as soon as you go off the edge, and then again. And you can get through. Getting back out, you can already see. You can use the bat form to squeeze through that gap there. But this is also the last thing you're likely to get in this area, so you can just whistle out of here if you're not interested in flying out. I still showed a way to fly out if you're still doing collectathon hunting and you just got this along the way so you can see how to. But like I said, it really doesn't matter. Just bat transform your way out and then there you go. That's easy as that. You can turn it in to get the third clue, and then I said the last clue, you can't physically start it until after you've spoke to the Squid Baron. It's like if you're going for 100%, it forces you to go out and explore it at least once, even if you've explored absolutely everything there is to do. Which is a little... I get it, but at the same time it is a little bit like if you've got the foresight to explore everything, the reward of being able to cut down the time like that should be itself. Like, it should be its own reward. But it's not. They make you go out regardless. Squid Baron! Yo! You're here? I thought you'd been destroyed in the battle. Nah, you get over the explosions and the screen clearing blast after a while. No perma harm done. But check this out. Have you seen the Squid Baron fan art in this place? It got sort of global phenomenon. In fact, here. You got the velvet poster. And if you remember, Abner in the haunted house was looking for a poster for one particular wall. He's who you're talking to. No way, I'm going to find it a good home. So, returning. Remember, it's the middle part that will take you down to the lower path where Abner is sitting around. Hey, you got one. Let me see that. Here you go. And what I expected, it's way better. I'm digging this here. And instead you get the squid poster that you can then take back to Squid Baron, and then he will then give you the last clue. Stay classy, Abner. Hello again. Hey, that squid poster looks epic. Give me that. Okay. So you've got to have it laminated here. Something can you return. Risky's buckle, and now we have all 4 clues. You know what would have been neat if the 4 clues were the 4 Pirate's Curse power-ups, but no, find any clues. Yeah, here's the last one. I think it's Risky's buckle. Let's have a look at it. It appears to be caked in ash from metal forge. Keep studying, good work. And any other clues? Well, here's the cufflink. Let me have a look at that. It's a smudge. Sealant is used. Keep looking. Is there anything I could find, Uncle? Perfect. With these 4 clues in hand, I should be able to decipher a plan. Hereafter, it's closed, and that's not it. I'll find a counterflow. Eureka! Here's your answer. The magical polarizer. Merely having this in your inventory will make you get the true ending. It's the magical polarizer. This item, you can cancel the inversion process and redirect the magic. Yada yada, huh? The pirate tries to switch your magic, you can switch it back again. Cool! Would it really work? No idea, but it's better than nothing. Come on, she's got this. Go kick her butt. Yeah! We have everything. We've 100%ed the game, even though when we complete it, it will say we haven't because we haven't brought everything in the store. You have to buy everything from the shop and buy all the dances to get a true 100%, which I just wasn't up for doing because it's just grinding. So, next time on Shantae, Half Genie Hero, we're going after Risky Boots herself. But until then, take care now.